Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Shelley here, and I am doing something, I've done something similar to this before, but I wanted to try this again. I have the Metropolis palette, the original larger midi size palette, and then I also have the little mini Metropolis that she came out with holiday time-ish. It does come with a brush similar to the Crush palette that she released for Valentine's Day 2022. But this is the 5-pan, and I think some of the shades are similar to what you would find in here. And I just kind of wanted to put the two side by side to see, can we get the same look? If you have the one and you really like it, do you need the other one? This palette is not new. I've had this for quite a while and I absolutely love it. It's a little bit of a mess. I should have probably cleaned it up beforehand, but this is the mini Metropolis. And I think one of the things that she does a lot of times is she does like complementary minis, not necessarily taking 5 shades from and plugging them into a smaller palette. These are $25. These bigger ones, I want to think this one might have been one of her $129 palettes, if I recall. So we've got, like, that shade's not quite a match. That one looks like it's a little bit more of a match there. That shimmer and that one maybe is pretty close. There isn't a shade that matches this. And as far as the brown mattes go, maybe that's close enough. That green looks close enough. Let's just try. I'm gonna use the same brush on both eyes. I'm gonna color switch them in between. And let's just see if we can get a similar look on both eyes with each one of these palettes. We're kind of like duping the mini to the, you know, the full size. Because we don't really have a true neutral that's the same, I'm going to start with this one on here on the larger palette, and we'll put the larger palette on my wedding ring side, and we'll put the mini on my, what do I have, Morganite today, Morganite side. This Metropolis palette, I have done another dupe video with this. She Glam did a version, I think a Wizard of Oz themed type version. Okay. Perfect neutral. All right, we're gonna start with this shade over here on the mini side. And as expected, it is a much lighter shade, kind of like almost a bone shade. Very much almost like a cool tone neutral. Anyway, I'll try to remember to link my, my dupe video with the She Glam palette. Okay, cleaning that brush off. So we're gonna take this sort of mustardy yellow one on the full size. And I'm going to put that on the inner, we'll call it inner third of my lid. And clean my brush off. And I'm going to go into the same shade here on the mini Metropolis and on my inner third over here. The good thing about comparing the two palette sizes to each other is we're getting a very similar quality, right? Because they're the same brand. I'm cleaning up my brush again. I'm going to come back in over here. You know, sometimes you wonder if brands change quality between different formats, and I feel like this one is, oh, it's pretty consistent. I can tell you that the mini Metropolis I've used extensively because it's the neutrals in here are just easy everyday shades for me. I'm going into this darkest brown here in the far corner. This might be one of those cream to powder formulas. I didn't look that up beforehand, sorry guys. But yeah, the mini one is super easy for me to use the neutral shades and to have a quick, easy eye look, and then using the shimmer as you're using the sort of emerald green color, and I'm going into the brown in here as well. Using the emerald green as kind of like a eyeliner or accent color, or you can really do a special holiday look with that as like the predominant color. This pan over here has quite a bit of kick up, so this is not the same formula as the one that I used in the midi. The shade seems a little cooler toned as well. It's not as, and I wouldn't have even thought that was warm, but this one feels like it's got a little bit of like a greenish or orange, yeah, more like a green undertone to it. I'm kind of tapping that on mainly because it's such a powdery formula. About it getting into my contact. Let me grab a little fluffier brush here. And again, I think our hope is that we'll end up with a similar eye look, but these shades, I can tell you, are not direct dupes. All right, so I have a matte on the inner, I have a matte in the crease, I have a matte on the outside. I need to build this transition / crease shade up a little bit more, so I'm going into that kind of yellowish tan color, seeing if I can't build that up a little bit. It's a lighter shade than it's in the other one. Anyway, if you have the bigger one, do you need the smaller one? I don't know. I don't know that you really do. Okay, I'm taking this shimmer over here, a larger palette, a little bit to make sure it's not crumbly, and I'm putting that right in the center of the lid. When you do a shimmer right in the center of your lid, it does make your eyes look a little bit more rounder, typically. Kind of a little bit of a mini halo. Super pretty coppery color though. And then I'm going, I cleaned off my finger, I'm going into the same kind of almost like a coppery metallic on mini palette. This one feels like a little bit more of a topper. No, they're very similar. Okay, I'm going back in to the same shade on the midi palette. This one's a little crumbly. I wonder if, you know, maybe I've had it open for too long now. Oh no, I've got transfer all down here too. Let me try to dust that off a little bit. Oh my gosh, I have so much transfer from that glitter. I really should have used, I feel like I should have used a glitter glue. Wow. I have glitter under both. I actually have glitter everywhere. I need to kind of dust this down a little tiny bit. Clean off my brush and clean up on this side too, just a little tiny bit. Okay, as far as the shades go, I'm not noticing a huge difference by the time I get it all done. It just looks like maybe I didn't put them on the same way, but they're close enough shades. Let's do that green firm angled brush here. I'm gonna take the kind of, it's almost like an emerald green maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna take a little bit of it out here, bump it up under my lower lash line too. This is, if you're scared of blues and greens, this emerald in here makes a really pretty liner shade because it's not so attention grabbing, and I think it complements eyes really well too. Okay, and we're gonna take this shade down here under the bigger size Metropolis palette and lash line out here. So much fallout. Again, keep in mind that if you have this palette, want this palette, do your eyeshadow first and then face makeup. I think those colors are pretty similar too. I'm gonna do a little cleanup, put some mascara on, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, honestly, even though I know those shades initially didn't look like that they were spot on, once you get them on the eyes, I have a hard time telling one from the other. I like this kind of look. This is a little bit more dramatic, I think, for like daytime look, but I think you get a really beautiful nighttime, evening, cocktail hour, date night kind of look. Now, if you don't have the big one and you are interested in this, I think this makes a perfectly fine addition to a collection. Once you cover up the green in here, you're left with a couple warmer shades, this kind of copper and this almost like yellow undertoned tan sand color. And then you've got a light, almost like a bone shade, and then this almost like cool tone brown. This is to me a really good curated palette because I can go warm or cool. And then the green is such a perfect eyeliner shade for me. If it could be this type of green or it could be like a navy blue, either one of those would have been perfect for me. Now, this larger palette, I think it folds back, yeah. This larger palette is stunning and it's beautiful and I've made a mess of it. I like the way she lays them out because you really can go down a row and get a cohesive look. This shade right here, this one and this one, they seem very similar. It's just stunning. This is very, like over here, you've got all of your greens with bronze and some coppery kind of colors. Over on this side, you've got, you know, a little bit more of a warm vibe with that one cobalt blue. It's just a really beautiful, spectacular palette. I think there's enough different formulas in here because you've got some of the cream to powders. You've got, obviously, you've got your powder mattes, you've got your shimmers, your metallic-y shades, all that. It's a fun palette. It's a fun thing to add to your collection. I feel like this maybe leads more fall and too rich and sultry maybe for like an everyday kind of look. This one being a little bit more of a bite-sized version of it, I feel like I do have the everyday eyeshadows. So I don't know if that helps you guys at all. After I get, you know, enough shadows on my eyes, do I feel like they ended up looking the same? Yeah, I do. Hope that helps you guys. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you guys stuck around and click the little subscribe button. Ring the bell to get notified when I upload. I tend to upload typically Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I do throw in some extra videos though. If I have anything that kind of comes in, either that's gifted or that's by request, I love it when you guys interact. So I will try my best to respond to every single thing. Feel free to follow me over on Instagram at Shelly Tsunami. And with that, until my next video, hope you guys are doing really well. And until my next video, bye for now.